Happy Flosstube Friday, friends. My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode 137. Welcome, friends. I'm so excited to be here. It is Friday, October 10th. Welcome. Today I've got jam-packed all the things. We've got stitching, we've got quilting, we've got yarn, we've got stitch-alongs, we've got quilt-alongs. We're doing all the things, and I'm super excited to share with you. If it's your first time here, welcome. My channel is about all things making, cross stitching, quilting, and knitting. Oh my, I hope you stick around and see if you want to join the Tiger Lily family. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, thank you so much for coming back time and time again. I truly appreciate you. Okay, friends, without further ado, we're just going to dive right into the table of contents, which I love to do. I made myself a list. Of course, I've lost it already. Let's see. Let's run through my brain. Ready? But like I said, we've got whips. I have 2 stitch finishes. That's exciting. I have an additional whip that I worked on this week in stitching. It's been 2 weeks since I was here. I usually like to come back every week, but we'll talk about what I've been doing and why I had to skip last week. So we've got 3 stitchy funds to look at. We've got some stitching hauls, some de-stash that some good stuff I added to my stash. We've got the quilt along. We're going to talk about the Churn Dash quilt along. We are right in the middle, smack dab in the middle of it. It is so fun. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about big birthday SAL, the stitch along that I am announcing today. That's exciting. As well as we have a little bit of Tiger Lily shop update at the end. So without further ado, let's look at some eye candy. Want to? Yay! Let's just start with the finish because a finish is so fun. This is my finish. Now, she was close. Last time I was here, she was close. I was in the, I don't like over 1, but I did it. I ate my vegetables and I just took my time. I did a word or 2 a day or letter. I don't remember, but I got her done. And here she is. And I'm so excited. My goal / hope was to get her fully framed. I have a couple thrifted frames that I just need to pull the miter saw down off the top shelf and do my little like reconfiguration framing. Or I'm going to go ahead and measure and get an art to frame custom frame. Because that's easier. I just go on the computer, pick what I like, push a couple buttons, and it comes magically. I don't have to deal with the miter saw and the glue and all the things. And really, right now in my life, I kind of think simple is going to be better, but we'll see. Either way, she's stitched and finished, and that is so fun. Now, if you don't know what this is the Be Kind Sampler by Stacy Nash. This was Shellie, Antique Needleworkers. This was her birthday SAL from 2023. Now, she is about 1 week, almost to the day, away from her birthday for this year. I do believe she's picked a birthday start. I haven't watched yesterday's video to see if she announced it yet. She told me about it. I don't remember what it is because I was kind of in the middle of doing something, but I think she's picked a new one for this year. She wasn't going to because she's like, I have to finish this one. No, you don't. Just get a new one. There's no rules. There's no rules. It's cross stitch, right, friends? Okay. So I finished this. I used the called for, which is usually not my MO, but because it was Shelley's birthday and I wanted to stay true to the inspiration that so Stacy Nash, it's all weeks, called for weeks, and I stitched mine on 40 count Dames of the Needle cow fodder. Very lovely color. I love how it finished out. Be kind to one another. This is a world of care, and there is enough of needful woe for everyone to bear. Love that. Love that so much. I'm thinking a cream frame, kind of like the tone of the house, would be perfect. It would kind of make the house pop. I think it would brighten up a little bit. These flowers on the cover, they look much more pink than they do because they're stitched in a very light cherub. And because I put it on the dark fabric, it kind of gets muddied away versus the bright pinks. Anyway, I'm a pink girl, so I think I might see, a white frame, a white farmhousey, dingy, crusty, rusty. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Art Frames and order it. I think that's it. So that's my finish. That's one of my finishes for this week, so that's super exciting. That will unfortunately just go into my needs to be finished stack. Anybody else have a need to be finished stack? I do, and I say this, and one day I'll actually do it. I just need to have a day and do some finishing because I have one of these Lori Holt design boards. I have 2 of them. One has needs to be framed, and they're just ironed and stacked, and I have them on one of my baker tray shelves in the back room, and it's just, here's my whole design board of finishing that needs to be finished. And then there's another one with ornaments / smalls, and that's where this one's gonna go. So this is our next finish for the day. This was a new to me kit that Shellie sent me. She sent me all of her fall, August, September, October, not October. She's releasing more. It just started. August, her summer / fall releases. And so this was one of her most recent ones. It was Welcome Fall. I will have it linked down below. You can go ahead and grab the PDF. You can grab a paper pattern, whichever works for you. But it's so, so sweet. So she sent it to me as a full, not a full kit, a chart with the floss kit. And here's the chart with the floss kit. Now, I did, in true Tiger Lily fashion, change things up a little bit. Thankfully, I have the designer on, speed dial, so I could, get her a blessing. She would, of course, always say yes and encourage everyone to make everything their own. And so I did. So I love this on this neutral, but I just wanted to make it, oh, sorry, I hope you don't hear that. Wanted to make it a little bit, I wanted the pumpkin to pop. Moral of the story. It's a white pumpkin. It's very muted. That's a look. I wanted the pumpkin to go boom. So look at that. Okay, so this is 36 count Spanish moss by Fabrics by Stephanie. And it is showing up a little bit darker on camera than it is in real life. You can definitely see the welcome falls and the all the things much, much better in person. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this. Again, had goals, had goals. Goals is the right word. I wanted to finish it. I have it in my brain how I want to finish it. It is going to be a sweet little pillow, very much like Shellie's model on the cover, which she used 36 count as well. So it's going to be about the same size. But I am going to put this really fun ruching ribbon in this creamy, dirty white, the dirty cream color around the ruching. So that's kind of like a frame. Again, kind of going with the cream frame. I kind of have a vibe right now where it's going to just pull the pumpkin. It's going to make the pumpkin pop because it's going to pull it out. I think in my mind, we shall see. I got to do it first. So I have to put that, but that's how I see this being finished with the little ruched. I have a tutorial that I dropped here on YouTube. I don't know, at some point. And it's a little how to add ribbon, a ruched ribbon trim. It's like that papery trim. Anyway, go watch that. I'll link it down below. But that's how I'm going to do this. It's with the dirty cream ruched crinkle ribbon around the edges of the pillow. I think it's going to be fabulous. I know she just restocked the Jersey Girl pins set. Are they in the picture? They're not in the picture. There's Jersey Girl did a super cute pin set for the pillow. So go check that out too if you want to just like have a complete little set. I know she just restocked her website with those full kits, all the things. Plenty of time. Pumpkin season just started. But like this one was so quick. I hadn't even started it. I was going to start it. So it's been 2 weeks and I think I finished it in like 3 days. Seriously, no problem. I use all the called for except for the blue because Mountain Mist, one of Shellie's favorites, wasn't going to show up on my green fabric. So I darkened mine to Brethren Blue from Aghast. But everything else is called for, I think. Nah, I might have changed the green. I changed the green to collards. Yes. Garrison green wasn't, again, I was going to run into a blend away color. So I wanted my green to pop and my blue to pop, and it does. It's perfect. I mean, it's not perfect. I don't like to say that about my own stitching, but I think the color looks good on the color. You know, when you change fabrics, especially like a drastic go from neutral to color, you have to be cognizant of that. And so I think I was successful. I did stitch on a couple of things. We're going to take a quick look-see, and then we'll see what's next. Okay, friends, I thought it would be super fun. So when I'm filming, I kind of slice my videos into like 10, 15-minute segments, because then the files aren't so big. Editing doesn't matter. You never know. But the moral of the story is I kind of like do a segment and then I put that stuff away. Because right now, and I'm not joking, the island is stacked up layers deep of things. And so rather than just digging through the piles, I do what's on top and then I put it away. So I thought it would be super fun. Remember I told you. So I was like, okay, I just got to put this away. So I thought, well, do you guys want to see? This is I wasn't joking. Like, she needs to be in a frame. Again, so I was just ready to go put my kindness assembler back on my needs to be finished stack. Should we look? Real quick, like, since we're here. How cute is that? And I even got the box for that last time I was in Ohio with Shellie. No, where were we? Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. We were somewhere and I was like, oh, this will be perfect. I'm going to put Dahlia. Is that who this is? I don't remember. This was one of Shellie's market releases. I did my own. It's pink fabric, shocker. And then I brightened all the colors up. But I have this box to put it on. So fun. Oh my gosh. I have this tree from Liz Matthews that I need to get finished. Okay, and call me out, people. Call me out. This, I mean, it's Halloween time. I need to do this like tomorrow. This one's sitting on there. I mean, I don't even remember when I stitched this. That was an Evertote something. This is Blackbird. This was from the book Blackbird, and it was on a beautiful Grace Notes purpley color. So those are the bigger finishes. I know my Christmas finishes, the tray is in the back room, so we won't be reviewing those. But what's on this design board? Shall we see? Okay, so let's see what's on this shelf. Now, it's not the Christmas ornaments. Those are back. I have a whole tray of Christmas ornaments I need to finish, but these are other smalls. Shall we look? This, so sweet. I mean, just do it already. This was Annie, the proper stitcher. This was a flamingo box. I love the flamingo boxes. They're gone now though. I mean, I even have it like, I started to finish it. I'm gonna finish it. It's gonna be this cute. This was a sampler, and this was a piece of her sampler. I don't remember. If I remember, if I can figure out what it is, I'll put it down below or whatever. But it was Annie's, and she just released it, I think. Anyway, super cute. But I'm gonna do it. I mean, I have all the pieces. I'm gonna make it this short, fat mattress. I would call it a mattress finish, but I'm not gonna call it. It's gonna be a short, fat drum. See? It's just real quick like. I'll just whip that up real quick. And then, oh, of course, Henny Penny, she wants to live her best new life. The hedgehog, I mean, seriously. But, you know, this is like the pear and the velveteen. It's all in here, ready to go. And then this one, oh my gosh, when did I finish that? Okay, friends, next week, next time. Can I say next week? I think I can say next week. 2 finishes. I'm going to commit to it right here, right now. At least 2 fully finishes. The moral of the story is once I get going, I'm probably going to do more than 2, but I'm going to commit to 2. So let me put these things away and we'll come back. We'll return to our regularly scheduled programming rather than our little squirrel moment. Now my brain is totally spinning on which 2 do I want to do? I should do the Halloween ones, right? I should do the Welcome Fall and the Pumpkin one. It is October. I haven't even pulled my October pillows out, my October little decor things. Because really, I'm going to be honest with you. As we're sitting here talking amongst friends, I kind of want to skip the fall and go right to Halloween or go right to Christmas. Controversial? I don't know. But I kind of do. I'm not allowed. I should make my own rules. But the rules of the people that I live with say that November 1st, like don't even. Well, I'm kind of busy that week. There's like a football game. I won't even be here to do it. So maybe I should do it before. Christmas just makes me happy. All the Christmas cheer just makes me happy. And I mean, I'm working on Christmas advent boxes. So I'm already like sewing with the Christmas, singing the carols, doing the things. But I should finish the Halloween. I don't know. We'll stay tuned. Come back. You'll see. Okay. You want to see some fun haul/destash acquisitions. So if you don't know, now Instagram, you can destash in Facebook groups. I'm not very successful at that because I'm not on Facebook very often, but a couple of my friends have D-Stash Instagram accounts. And I am on Instagram. And what I do, little tip for you, from me to you. If you want to be a D-Stash collector and you follow/want to know. Anyway, notifications. Instagram has this little star thing, this star feature. So that way you can get, your phone will ping you when one of your favorite people makes a post like right then. And so Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, one of my favorites, she has quite a stash, quite a collection, and we like so many of the same things. And she is in purge mode. I can totally appreciate purge mode. I'm in a different kind of purge mode. I'm in purging something else. So we kind of just swap stuff. Let's just be real. She bought some of my stuff. I bought some of her stuff. We're kind of just swapping collections. But that's okay. It's all in good fun. And so she has a separate D-Stash Instagram account. So if you follow Jessica and you're like her vibe and all the things, and you're on Instagram, I would highly recommend, although maybe not because you might be taking something I want, but that's okay. It's amongst friends. I don't need any more stash. But she put some things up and I was like, oh, yes, go ahead and put that in my thing. So let me tell you what I procured from Jessica's D-Stash account. So this is super fun. This is 40 count Southern Pecan, Dames in the Needle. It's just fun. I love to add to my linen collection all the different colors, all the different hand dyers and the makers. I just love to be able to pull from stash. Fabrics by Stephanie. I really enjoy her linen. That was the one the green. And of course it's hard to tell in the colors in the computer. To be honest, I thought this was more green. I was like, ooh, Christmas tree. But no, it's like, it looks kind of, I wouldn't call it Tiffany blue, but it's like a tidal. Anyway, it's going to be great. I'm so excited. I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to put on it, but it's called Juniper. Fabrics by Stephanie. And then this is Slate Fabrics by Stephanie. 36, but these are all 36 count. And 36 count is my sweet spot, even with black. I like using black sometimes, especially with like Christmas ornaments, because the colors just pop. It's very rich. And then she threw in a couple of Mason linens, little, I don't know if it's a fat eighth or what it is. That's what I'm guessing it is. And it's antique button and haberdashery, 36 count. These are just going to be great to add. Like I said, just throw them in little beautiful neutrals. Love that. And then while I was there, I love my friends. And I said, okay, so of course I watch her Flosstube as I do. And she went to this retreat. Now, I don't remember what retreat this was. It was at Hobby House. And if you don't know, I live in Mount Vernon, Virginia. So like literally George Washington's house is less than a mile down the street from me. So I'm very Mount Vernon-y, presidentially, patriotic-y. I like, that's one of my vibes, right? And so Hobby House, I don't remember. It's an exclusive. You can't get it. So I'm sorry now. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah. But this was the two-piece. It was a Plum Street heartstring sampler combo piece thing. And they did it so you can stitch it as two different pillows. Or, and if I remember, yes, this is what I loved. How can I show you this without showing you what I'm not supposed to show you? Of course, I watched, years ago, last year, then the spring, I don't remember when it was. See this? It's this long, like, what is that thing called? Not a drum pole, bell pole. The long thing. It's going to be great. This super long, I just loved it. We have this, I have a couple different patriotic pieces that we keep up year round in one of the rooms in the house. And I just thought that would be perfect. Well, at some point, Jessica had started this when she was at the retreat, and then she pulled it out. And I don't think it was speaking to her as much as it was speaking to me. And I said, so, that kit, that thing that you had, and you unpicked it, you stitched it, and then you decided not to stitch it. Any way you want to share with a friend on that one? And she said, yay. She said yes. She was happy to share, to pass along these two charts and the called for floss, which is a mix of all the things. DMCs and classic and weeks and so many beautiful things to stitch this up. I think the Southern Pecan, yes, the Southern Pecan was for the stitch. I better put those together or future Kari will not remember that. I think I should just start this. Do I need a new start? No, I don't. But I mean, I think it's just like memorializing how sweet and kind Jessica was to share this with me. I'm so excited. Anyway, these are the two cover photos, but I'm not going to do it as pillows. I think I'm going to do that long Bell Pulley sampler thing. I don't remember what it's called, but I really think it's going to be super fun. I envision it. I don't know where I envision it, but like between two doors, when you have, or windows, there's just a skinny little wall. How cute would that be? So cute. All right, I better put these together, or future Kari will not remember, but they go together. Yay. Okay, so that was some of my de-stash acquisitions. Now let's take a look-see at what Fat Quarter Shop sent us. Now Fat Quarter Shop is so generous and they send us some of their new goodies so I can share with you in case you don't know. And so it's gonna be a little bit of stitching and a little bit of quilting. We're gonna cross over. Although I should show you my last whip. Want to see my last whip first? Let's do it. I don't know. I don't know why I think I have to stay in segments when I'm showing you things, but sometimes I do. So this isn't a giant, this is an oldie. This is one of my first old bags. It's just big. And that is because I have this, which was from one of my Advents Keeper Clubs. I don't remember. Well, it was a custom Tiger Lily thing. Because these wool threads, this is a memory. This is a Bridget the Wishing Thorn. This is a Wishing Thorn sampler called the Jane Parsons sampler. And I got it in the wools. And because it's my first and only wool. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to tell you it's not my favorite. I feel like it's a little too chunky. I don't dislike it. I just like other better. How about that? I like stitching. I'm going to be honest. I like stitching with silk better. I like silk better than wool. I like knitting with wool. I love knitting with wool. Although maybe I would love knitting with silk too. Anyway, so I pulled her out because I am going to finish her. But I was down there, and it's on a 28 count. It came with the kit, 28 count something or other. And that's what you need when you're doing this wool. Yeah, I should not leave my needle right there. That's going to make a big old hole, isn't it? Because you have to use a giant needle. Giant. I mean, I feel like it's a 24. I don't know. It's huge. I'm a 28 petite stitcher. So this giant, like, it's almost like it's huge. Anyway, so I was working on this tree in the grass and whatever. So I stitched on this for 1 or 2 nights. And then I was like, okay, that's enough. We can check that box. She can go back on the shelf for a hot minute. Anyway, okay, back to the Fat Quarter Shop. Okay, so they sent us a package of goodies. Let's looky-loo, shall we? So fun. So they have a whole series of these stitched on mesh bags, but you totally do not have to stitch them on mesh bags, right? You can stitch it on whatever you want, linen, whatever. I just love this funky, it looks like a penny rug. See how the cat has all those different, reminds me of wool applique, which I've done, like, I've completed 0 projects of. I have, as we always like to say, if you're a maker and you make all the things, collecting for the hobby is a totally different hobby than actually doing said hobby. So I'm very proficient in collecting for many hobbies. And I do other hobbies. Anyway, hobbies are fun. It's great. Anyway, it looks like a little penny rug applique. So fun. Completely catty. That's cute. All right. And then the next 3 are quilts. I feel like there must be, nope, That's it. Okay, so there was just the one cross stitch, and the next 3 are quilts from Fat Quarter Shop. Pattern includes quilt and table runner. This is called the Threaded Star. That is such a pretty quilt. Let's see. 5/8 yard of each. So it's not even a 1/2 fat quarter. So if you did the table runner, it could be fat quarter friendly. So this is the table runner. So it's 2 blocks wide. Does it tell you what it is? No. Table runner, 23/559. I love a good table runner. They come together so quick. So for the table runner, you need 12 fat quarters, and then you need 1.5 yards of background. Oh, and then you need some more of the other stuff. Cornerstones and sashing and binding and backing. Cute. Okay. Rows of bows. That would make, that's so cute. I love just the half squares, triangles on point to make the ribbons of the bows. This is the one I was so excited about. I was hoping when I saw her showcase this, I was like, oh, I hope that's coming soon. And it did. Fat quarters by the dozen. Let's take a look, shall we? So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 quilts, all fat quarter friendly, pretty sure. I think that's the whole purpose of the bow. Okay, so there's that one. It's called Beams Quilts. So fun. All right, so I'm going to show you the quilt, the cover photos. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the, this, I loved this one. It's like, she showed all the quilts at Blue Bonnet Quilts. It looks like little flower petals. Of course it does. But again, all fat quarter friendly. So my jam. Love that. That one's called the Celebration Quilt. This one's called the Checkmate Quilt. Again, these are all fat quarter friendly. So fabulous. Clover Quilt, let's see. So pretty. Looks like little hearts actually. I mean, I can see the clover, but. Composition Quilt. So when I look at something like this, yes, you could totally just do a plain white background. But I also, in the past, like a jelly roll day, I've done the reverse, meaning my background, right, wait for it, ready, was pink. So I did a pink background, and then I had all these funkies. It was Monkey Wrench from Tula Pink. It was so funky and fabulous. And so don't think that your backgrounds always have to be, I won't say boring, but have to be white. That one's pretty. What was that? That's called Fireflies Quilt. And this one's called the Gardenia Quilt. All right, let's see. Have we done 12 yet? Nope, not yet. Ooh, the Halo Quilt. And the Luminary. So it's got the pin. This is like 3 blocks in one with the pinwheels and all the things. Love that. Luminary. And then Majestic. I was trying to figure out like what those shapes are supposed to be. I don't know. Sunbeam. I love that one. So fun. I'm a sucker for a star. So that's star adjacent. It's not a star, but it's star adjacent. And then sashing. So fun. So fun. So again, this one is called the Fat Quarters by the Dozen book on Fat Quarter Shop. I will link it down below. Do I want to do one? Probably. I love a fat quarter bundle. I love, and just adding a background. It doesn't always have to be cream or white, remember. Like this one would look so cute in green. Obviously with the autumnal. Just anyway, so fun. So fun. So thank you to Fat Quarter Shop for sharing the new goodies with us. All right, friends, you want to stay quilting for a little bit? Let's stay quilting. Okay, so if you don't know, the month of October, I am doing a Churn Dash quilt along. This is my fancy pencil sketch of a Churn Dash block. And then, so far, The Churn Dash Quilt Along is being hosted on my Patreon. Links down below if you want to come and join. We have just started week 2. So we started on October 1st with week 1. And then there's videos every Wednesday for 4 weeks. And then there's live videos every Monday. So Mondays and Wednesdays are videos exclusive to Patreon. And I'm walking you through step by step. This is the perfect quilt for beginners. What I'm going to do is we'll see if I can movie magic here. But the great thing about Patreon is you don't get any of the other minutia. I love a good Facebook group. To be honest, I don't love a good Facebook group. I love the concept of a Facebook group, but I digress. Patreon, I can share all the information. So I can share the videos. I can share the worksheets. I can share the tips and tricks and all the things. And then it has a chat feature. So there's posts, kind of like Facebook, where there's posts and images and links and downloadable PDFs, right? All that is on the post page. And then there's a chat feature, either to the left or the bottom, depending on whether you're using your phone or a computer or an iPad, depending on how you're accessing it. There's what looks like 2 talking head bubbles, right? And if you go to that, you will see the chat. And in the chat is where all the fun is happening. There are so many friends that are sharing their progress, their pictures. So the Churn Dash Quilt Along, I sold as a kit. The kit's sold out very quickly. We're trying this. We're going to have more in 2026. So I'm excited. If you've ever wanted to quilt, or you want to get back into quilting, or you want to dibble and dabble and maybe learn something new, make sure you stay tuned. Check out, I've got things working in the things for 2026. But this was just we're going to just get our feet wet, right? So the Churn Dash Quilt Along right now, we are making the Churn Dash quilt, which is just a collection of 30 Churn Dash blocks. And so far we've got 3 worksheets. So week 1 was 2 worksheets and week 2 is 1 worksheet. So there's 3 worksheets right now, 3 videos, 2 instructional videos, 1 live from Monday. It's so fun. There's a whole timeline, but again, it is only October 10th. So if you are just seeing this and you want to get started and you want to join the fun, come on down. We've got plenty of time. It's a fat quarter friendly quilt along. And what that means, I'm a super fan of using a fat quarter. Like, I will be interested. I will probably peruse that fat quarter book a little bit more and just make sure that I love a no waste. So this Churn Block Dash Quilt Along is a 30 block Churn Dash quilt. It's going to be a finished quilt size of 60 by 72, thereabouts. Perfect lap size, perfect throw on the couch, perfect cuddle and watch a movie type of thing. Perfect size for that. And it's totally doable for machine quilting on your home machine because it's not too big. We're not trying to throw a queen size on your home machine. We're going to get it done. So we are going to go from fabric cutting to binding quilt finished. All the steps in between. And I'm going to take you there. And it's going to be easy. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to cheer you on. I hope you are having fun in doing it. But if you haven't, I would love for you to come join. There's still plenty of time to catch up. It's a fat quarter friendly quilt, meaning we're making 30 blocks with 20 fat quarters. Now mine is blue and white, blue and cream. And so as a checkerboardy, Lori Milsap gave it that, and I kind of like that little checkerboard Churn Dash little nuance. So it's creams and blues. And so I needed 10 blues and 10 creams. But come and join in, go into the chat, and you will see so many of our friends are doing all the different fabrics. There's Christmas, there's Valentine's, there's autumn, there is yellow and blue, there is and autumnal and rainbow. Oh my gosh, I just saw one this morning. It was so fabulous. I wish I remembered my friend's name that did it. But she has like 8 blocks already done because this week's was actually sewing the blocks, right? So week 2 is a hefty week, but you're actually like putting blocks together. So someone posted this morning or last night, I forget which, it was rainbow. She had her first, and I was like, oh my God, Roy GB of rainbow. I love it. I love it. I think it was Big Tree Quilts fabric. No, Bonnie and Camille. I forget. But anyway, so much eye candy. And it's so fun to see the same pattern that I'm doing in blues and creams, and it looks one way, to see it in Christmas and to see it in Valentine's and to see it in rainbows and to see it in autumns. And it's just so versatile. Anyway, the point is, and it's also low waste. This is all the scraps. This is all the scraps you have left from 20 fat quarters. You do not need a background fabric. You need a back fabric for the quilt, but you do not need a background fabric. You're just using fat quarters. So this is all the scraps you have left from 20 fat quarters, which I think is pretty good. And I actually went ahead and I'm trimming these up and kind of doing something because we're gonna make something with the scraps. Because again, I'm a fan of use it all, no waste, use it all. Okay, but I just thought it would be super fun. I am gonna push my camera back. Let's see. Ready? Whee! I hope you don't see things you're not supposed to. No, not yet. Okay. So my studio table, in case you didn't know, is on wheels, is on huge casters. I can't see what you see, but hopefully you can see the quilt. And then, like I said, this is week 2. Week 2 is finishing the quilt top. And this is my quilt top. Obviously, I had to do week 2 to be able to share the video. So this is my week 2, and it is done, and it is finished. Oh, and there's a hole. Well, glad I found that, where it looks like I just didn't catch that one seam. Yeah, real life, people. All right, so fun. The Churn Dash block is such a great beginner block. It is so friendly, it is so forgiving, and we're using the Bloc Lock ruler, which I think I do still have a couple left in my shop. I know that Fat Quarter Shop had sold out of them. You guys are awesome. But I think they might have restocked too. So if you need to grab fabric and you could grab your Bloc Lock rule from them. I will link that down below, or you can grab it from me. Which other one? I don't remember. I think I might have 4 or 5 left. But that is the Churn Dash quilt along. I'm having so much fun seeing, let's wheel you back, seeing so many of my friends and their pretty fabrics. Like I said, I'm inspired by all of them. So many gorgeous quilts. I can't wait to see them all together. And remember, friends, our sweet friend Lori Milsap from Island Time Quilting has generously donated a fun giveaway for this quilt along. Have you ever wanted to send your Churn Dash quilt to a long armor? Well, Lori's going to make our dreams come true. She's giving away one full, complete long arm package to one of the lucky participants in the Churn Dash, meaning all you do is send your quilt top and your quilt back fabric and your binding to her, and she's going to do it all. She's going to add the batting, which is, cost, and then the long arm, you get to pick your pantograph that you want to do. She's going to sew your binding on. It's a huge thing. It's a $200 giveaway value that Lori has donated generously, oh my gosh, to the Tiger Lily family. Thank you so much. And then also, in case you don't win, because there's only one winner, but she's donated doing a reduced price, a special pricing for our friends that want to send their Churn Dash to her for long arming instead. So I highly recommend her. If you haven't seen, I think it was either my last video or the video before, where I did an unboxing of 3 different Lori quilts. Yes, I'm sorry, not sorry. No, I don't have a problem. I love it. I love it. And they come back. The strawberries were my favorite. The Christmas was my favorite. The flowers on my mom's quilt was my favorite. I loved them all. I can't pick a favorite. I loved them all. I love sending my stuff to a long arm. But you don't have to do that. With the Churn Dash for this one, next week, week 3, get ready, friends. Week 3, we're going to be doing the quilt sandwich. The quilt sandwich is the quilt back, the batting them in the middle, and the quilt back fabric. So we have to make our back fabric, piecing it together. If you got the kit, we're going to make some binding. We're going to make the sandwich. It's going to be great. And then we're going to start quilting it, which is putting those top stitches, we're going to connect those 3 layers, quilting those 3 layers together to make the finished quilt. Totally doable on a home sewn machine and on a home sewing machine. So excited. I need to start doing my week 3. That's probably what my weekend is going to be, is I have to, do the week 3, do the work and video it and edit it and have it all ready to go to launch for Wednesday. Yeah, definitely what I'm doing this weekend. You're welcome. Actually, maybe it's this afternoon instead, just to make sure it's off the list. Let's see what else I've got. So I thought it would be super fun. I got a sweet, sweet package from my sweet friend Lucille at the post office box, and I just wanted to share and say thank you so much. Look at this sweet pumpkin cup. First of all, if you don't know, pink is my signature color. Pink pumpkins with the gold embossing. I can't wait. So, so sweet. And then she sent me all this fun little goodies and doodads. And she made all these. I can't wait to go and add these to some of my bags. Look at the pretty blings and zipper pulls. It's going to be so fun. And then last but not least, if you don't know, I love vintage stitching. And she looks like she collected some vintage stitching. Look at the purple flowers. This one, oh, look at the pretty sunflowers. It makes me think of my friend Zan. She loves sunflowers. And then last but not least, there's this Christmas one. So, so sweet. So these were all, it looks like pillowcases in their first life. They will definitely become something fun. So thank you so much, Lucille, for sending that sweet and thoughtful gift. All right, y'all want to talk. So we've done the stitching, although we do have more stitching to talk about. My birthday, big birthday SAL, that's coming up. So there's more stitching. But in the meantime, we've done the quilting. Now let's talk knitting. Want to? Yay. Okay, so like I said, multi-crafter, I do all the things, and I just share it all with you in one place because it's fun. CreaBea, the Kintra. I'm a slow knitter. Not slow, but because I'm a multi-crafter, none of my stuff gets finished quickly. So the Kintra, I think, has been on my needles. I bought this sweater, I think, day one when it was dropped. Love her designs, the CreaBea. I love her Flosstube or her knitting podcast. Everything has a different name. She's a sweet knitting. She has so many sweater designs. I'm restraining. I'm not buying another one until I finish one. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I can't start a new sweater. I can only have one sweater on the needles at a time because otherwise I'll never finish one. I'm just being honest. So I want to do one sweater at a time, and I can do that. So I've got the CreaBea on the needles. And what I did, this was a springtime start. I need a new journal. Sweet friend Jody, she has a sock journal. Jody, can you go ahead and make a sweater one for me real quick, like? Thanks. Okay, so I need a sweater journal. I don't know when I started this. I could go back to my Instagram, but sometime in the spring. It doesn't matter. I'm in Shocker doing my own color. That's the great thing. It's not a color conversion because it's knitting. Everything is what you want it to be, right? So the great thing about this design is it was not designed, but it could be used for an advent. So if you were getting a yarn advent, this might be perfection for you going forward. So it's got a 24 color work yoke. It's very easy color work. If you are new to color work, it can't be your first sweater. I don't recommend it be your first sweater. This is going to be my fourth sweater off the needles, actually successfully off the needles. I've had more on the needles that then have been come off in frog form, but this will be the one that's actually going to come off and be a sweater in its real life. And so, but it's a 24 color repeat, but it doesn't have to be. You can do it, totally customize it. So I got a couple yarn events last December, and I kind of mixed and matched. Anyway, want to see the yoke? Doesn't matter. Okay, hold on. This is the reason I have to be real careful because I'm doing something different. I'm not a fan. I had to order. Okay, I don't want to lose. Okay, yes. Hold please, sorry. This is my yoke. I love it so much. Like I said, pink is my spirit color. And purple and orange mixed together with pink, also my spirit colors. So I'm super excited about it. And then I finished the body. Yay. So this yarn I'm using, I love this yarn. I think this is going to be like my tonal. Whenever I want to do something like this, where I want it to be solid, it looks way more stripy on the camera than it does in person. And in person, you do not see any of those pooling stripes. But the camera's magic. But anyway, it's this yarn, Mano Still Your, this one. I got it from my local yarn shop. I loved it. I don't remember how many skeins I had to get, but I did the body. So I worked on this. I did a story. I don't know, at some point since I was here last, I did a story, and let me tell you about my story. But first, I finished the body. I was working on the sleeve and then I was working on the body because sometimes the body can just slug on. I mean, it's like 7 zillion stitches around and around. I don't mind it. It's mindless. But then I did the ribbing, which I also is not my favorite part, but I did it one by one ribbon. But my favorite, in case you're too new to sweater knitting, I think my friend Holly, she just did a sweater. She wasn't happy with her bind off. This bind off is the bind off that Petite Knit recommended in her lion sweater, which was the last sweater I had off the needles. It was blue with pink stripes. She called for the Italian bind off, and I was like, that sounds fancy. I want to try it. So I'm gonna be honest. I've watched like 15. I go to YouTube University. I'm a super fan. 15. I don't know, so many different YouTube videos. And I was like, okay, so you have to find the one that speaks to you. That's how I attend YouTube University. Some people teach one way, some people teach the other way, some people I don't follow. Anyway, after watching 3 really good ones and I kind of meshed them all together, I was able to figure out I did it before on the lion sweater, but that was a year or so ago. Nobody remembers that. And so I had to teach myself again. And it's this 4-stitch combination. You do this, that, the other thing. Anyway, the moral of the story is, as I was doing this week, one night, I told, I'm sitting next to Patrick on the couch, and I'm like, I need to make my own video just for me. So that way, a year from now, hopefully, when I'm binding off another sweater, I don't have to spend an hour watching 15 different Italian bind off YouTube videos to find the magic combination of ones where it clicked. So stay tuned. When I get to the sleeve, when I get to the end of the sleeve, which will be a real quick one, I'm going to shoot my own just for me because it took me that. Anyway, moral of the story is Italian bind off. It is my favorite. It is super stretchy, but also clicks back. I know Holly was talking about whatever bind off she was using, which she was too tight. So this will be my bind off forever. I love it on my lion sweater, Italian bind off. But stay tuned because I'm going to knit my own tutorial for me, truly, when I'm ready to finish a sleeve. So, but once I did, there's my yoke, there's my thing, right? Okay. So I went down to the sleeve and I asked a poll. I love polls on Instagram stories. And I was like, okay, so we're getting to the sleeve. Should I add a pop of color at the sleeve, at the wrist? Guess what everybody said? Can you guess? They said, yes, you should. And I said, yes, I agree, I should. So you decrease the sleeves. My lion sweater, I didn't decrease the sleeves. I was able to keep it on my 16-inch Likey interchangeables. But this one has, see this is my little decrease cheater chart. So that way I remember when to decrease. That's how I do that, so that when I pick it up a month later, I can know, okay, so how many, so I don't have to sit there and count my stitches. I can just count the little gourd pins. Favorite way to do that in case you wanted to. So anyway, I got to this part. And so now I've already done all the decreases. Well, once you started doing with color work on my 16-inch Likeys, it wasn't long enough. And I was like, okay, I guess I don't magic loop. I'm not a fan of magic loop. I jog it. I jog. Anyway, so I pulled out my DPNs and I did that many rows of color work on DPNs. It is a hot mess. I agreed with you about it needed the color, but this is a beast. And on DPNs, so not my favorite. So what did I do this morning? Sure did. I ordered myself a set of the Chaigu shorty, the shorties. Interchangeable shorties for the sleeves. I will link them down below in case you were, because it got too small. I don't know. I think this is 50 or 55 stitches, something like that. And it just was too small. So I needed a 9-inch or even a 12-inch, 10, 12-inch circular. Well, if I'm gonna need one, I'm gonna just go get the whole daggone set. I love the interchangeables. ChiGoo are my hands down favorite. So I got the ChiGoo Shorty Blue set, which is US 4 to US 8 in 2-inch or 3-inch tips, all the things. Anyway, so they're coming. I ordered those today, this morning, because I did this for a little bit last night and I said, this is for the birds. After I dropped my sticks, once you get down to like 2 or 3 stitches on these wooden, they just slip right out. And I'm sitting there, I'm already managing all this yarn. I can't be managing dropping DPNs. So anyway, but I'm working on it. It is almost done. I'm going to do a sweet little, I think a 7-color wristlet. It's kind of like a Wonder Woman brand. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, if you're a child of the 80s/90s, you know what I'm talking about, right? The Wonder Woman cuffs. Okay, I totally might edit that out, but I might not. Okay, anyway, so we're going to do a little Wonder Woman cuffs, little colorwork ones. And then I'm going to get to the ribbon and do. And then I just got to, knit the second sleeve real quick and then she'll be done. Perfect. Will she be available? She doesn't really scream Thanksgiving, but she might scream Thanksgiving to me. Maybe. Is it going to be my Thanksgiving sweater? Stay tuned. We shall see. I just have to wait patiently for my shorty set to come. My shorties to come. So that's my sweater update. Let me put her carefully back in the bag so the DPNs don't come falling out. That's that. I have a little bit of more yarn haul. If you don't know, I am a member, super fan / member of the Freckled Whimsy Sock Club. Halloween. Wow, that green. Wow. Witching hour. Wow. I don't think I can do that green. I don't think I can. That will not be my cuff and toe. I just can't do it. It's a little too like wicked potion for me. And I mean, I always love a good purple or orange or black. We shall see. But this is the great, so Freckled Whimsy has a great sock club. This is her October Serendipity Club, self-striping, 80 grams of self-striping, 25 grams of the mini. I love that her self-striping set does it like that. And so I will go ahead and pop it in my self-striping drawer right here that's overflowing. Yeah. I do have a sock that is in the toe form, that is in the toe area, but I didn't bring it because, I'll show it to you when it's done. It's a sock. We all know what they are, right? Who's ready for the big birthday SAL announcement? Yay! Welcome! Okay, so we are now into the big birthday SAL announcement portion of the video. I'm so excited. Let's have a little bit of a backstory, shall we? Okay, friends, so I love a good birthday SAL. That is the only SAL I've ever hosted, has been a birthday SAL, just because I love birthdays. I love celebrating people's birthdays. I love participating in other people's birthday SALs. I'd love to celebrate you and celebrate the day you were born, right? Okay, so my first birthday SAL was Mary Morgan's, the Fox and Rabbit, ginormous. I will put a picture here if I can find one. That one took me a couple years. And then I did an Ann Richardson SAL 2 years ago for my sister's sample. It was this sweet little, so this was my birthday SAL from 2024, 3 or 4. I forget which. Fun, super fun, funky, hot pink, Ann Richardson, my sister's sampler, loved this one. And I framed this one myself. Look at that. Look at that frame and lacing. I haven't finished the back, obviously. But this was an art to frame finish that I did myself. Anyway, that's so fun. So once I did that, I actually was able to meet, my sister's sampler was Ann Richardson. Beth and Rebecca are the sisters of my sister's sampler. So I met them at Market 2 years ago because I did this, so that would have been 24. I did that SAL in 24 and it was very well received. You guys, a lot of people stitched it. It was super fun. We took a picture together, loved it. I met them. It was so much fun. So when I met them, they're like, we would, you know, now we know who you are. Now we know what your vibe is. In case you didn't know, my vibe is pink. And pink and funky and fabulous. And they're like, we're just going to, you know, they're antique sampler reproductions. They do some originals, but I think most of their stuff is antique reproductions. And so they're like, well, you know, we got this sampler and we immediately thought of you. And I was like, that is A, so sweet. And B, I need to see a picture of it. Okay, and so fast forward, and we were able to work together, and I got to see the sampler, and we collaborated. We had many Zoom calls and conversations and all the things, and they were so sweet. It's a beautiful sampler. Moral of the story. Oh, I wish I remembered what the name of the girl, the stitcher, was. But they were very sweet, and let me do an adaptation. The sampler is gorgeous. It has so many beautiful motifs and like 3 or 4 different alphabets and this huge box in the middle with this saying thing. It's a lot. I think it's like 220 by 250 originally. But again, there's this motif in the middle. One of those antique sayings. All I can remember is that it was about death. And I think that Rebecca was like, yeah, I'm not quite sure that a death quote is what you want on your birthday sampler. And I said, oh, good. I'm glad that you said that because it's not. And so, yay. What they let me do, what they collaborated and let me do is a adaptation to an antique sampler. So it is, I mean, it's 100% antique sampler, except for we took a couple motifs out and then smushed it together. So if you're true antique reproduction, you want to stitch what the 12-year-old stitched, you need to wait until Nashville Market. So what this is, yay, okay. I feel like my announcement of this is all over the place. I am hosting a big birthday SAL in 2026. My 50 is my 2026. So that is my big birthday. It needed a big bang buster birthday SAL, and Beth and Rebecca and 3 of my small business friends are helping me to curate and collect a fabulous big birthday Tiger Lily big birthday SAL kit box. So without further ado, here's a picture of the sampler. This is a rendering of the actual sampler, the motifs of the Tiger Lily adaptation sampler. The full sampler isn't available yet. The full sampler will be released by the sisters at Market Nashville 2026. It will have all the alphabets. I think there's 3 or 4, lots of specialty stitches, lots of over 1. And then the quote in the middle that the little girl wrote, I don't even remember because I knew immediately I was either going to change it or take it out. And we opted for take it out because this way it makes it a little more manageable. The finished size of the sampler is 222 by 191. I think this is me remembering by myself. So are you excited? I am so excited. I have been, like I said, over a year, we've been working together to pull this together. And it's a big birthday. And I was like, well, if we're going to go big, we're going to go home, right? If we're going to go home, we're going to go big, whatever it is. Yeah, big. So what does that mean? The sampler is charted and being stitched in Glorianas. Look at this color palette. Can you even? Now, again, this is an area where Beth and Rebecca were so sweet and let me have a little creative liberty and do what I do, which is merge some colors, reduce the skein count. As you can see, there are 4 different reds and pinks. Now, she charted them all. The colors are representation inspired by the antiques. I did not change them. All I did was reduce the number, meaning there was another bluey green that was in the same, that, you know, she pulled a different, and I was like, well, let's combine those to one. So I was able to reduce it down to 13 colors. because these are silks. They're going to be, this is a treat. This is a splurge. But I love it. And if you saw the Gloriana talk on Lindy Stitches, first of all, we're in Beth and Ann, the cutest things ever. That's Beth. That's Beth, my sister Slam Pro Beth, in case you're curious. And then, so there's 4 of these pinks and reds. So yummy. There's 2 yellows, 2 greens, 3 browns, a blue, and a vanilla. I just love it. 13 colors. The kit comes with 14 skeins because one of the colors, as you said, the bottom grass is a little dense heavy, and based on stitch count, we've decided that 2 skeins is safer. So there's the silks, gorgeous. Now, if you don't know about Gloriana, like I said, are silks. They are 6 yards of 12 stranded silk. It's luxurious. But wait, there's more. Okay, so that was the silks. Now, Beth is stitching the model on a Mason linen, and I'm going to forget the color. A Mason linen, I think it's sewing box medium. I'll put it down below if I'm wrong. I'll reference back to the email. But it was a linen I couldn't get. It was too hard. Mason linens is really hard to get, and it was just, I needed something. So we, after much collaboration and deliberation, we landed on Weeks Straw. Was very, very close. Very, very close to the Mason linen colors that she's using, and she said that one's going to be perfect. So Beth is stitching the model on Mason, but it's very comparable to the Weeks Straw. And it looks gorgeous. It is a yummy sampler, traditional sampler, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And so that's that. But again, if you've been here a while, you know I like to change things up. I like to just add a little twist, a little bright, a little fun. And so while I was doing that, I said, wait a minute, hold on. Can it be pink? Yes, it can. It's my birthday. I can make it pink if I want to. And I did. Weeks, it's like they knew. Weeks released a new color this summer. It's called Peach Fuzz. Now, it's a peachy pink. It's not like baby girl. I just like baby shower, baby girl pink. It is definitely a peachy pink, but it's pink nonetheless. And it looks gorgeous. It's just look, just bear with me. Look how those reds and pinks just pop. I have pictures on the website. I did not filter. I didn't add. I tried to get as true to color, so that colors are hard. So here we are. We're going to try to true as color as possible. But it just looks so good on the pink. But pink isn't for everybody, which is why there's straw, right? Okay. So, as I said, this is a kit. This is a Tiger Lily kit, and I'm so excited to bring this to you. Now, because this is the first time I'm doing anything like this, I'm doing it in a pre-order capacity, meaning I didn't want to just arbitrarily pick a number and kit everything up and either run out immediately or B, have a bunch of extra, because this is an expensive kit, right? So this is why we're doing it here in October. You're like, Kari, your birthday isn't until January 31st, the last day of the month, basically, in 2026. It is October 10th. What are we doing? Well, yes, but I need to pre-order everything. And all of these things, Beth and her team need to go dye all the silks for us. Weeks and their team needs to dye all the fabric for us. And then the sisters are going to put their charts together. And so what I have is 5 different kit offerings for you on my website. Hopefully one of those will fit for you. So what it is there's a full kit. What's in the full kit? The full kit is going to be the chart, the beautiful chart from my sister's sampler, paper copy. Then you're going to get 14 Gloriana silks. Like I said, 13 colors. One is going to be a double because it's heavy coverage. So you're going to get 14 Gloriana silks, full skeins. You're going to have your choice of linen in 36 count, either in straw or peach fuzz, which is the paley pinky color. So you get to choose your you get to choose your linen. And then there's an exclusive selection of curated notions from my small business Stitchy community friends that I have put together just to make this box extra special. I'm so excited. So many good things. My Stitchy friends, if you don't know, like so my keeper clubs and my advent boxes, it's all about supporting small businesses. That's my whole brand, my whole message is just helping spread the love of the community and the stitching community and small businesses. And I just deep dove into that. With that, I've created quite a network of, I call them my Stitchy community small business friends. And I called them up and I said, it's my birthday. I'm going to party if I want to. And I want you to party with me. And they said, I'm in. Let's do it. So I've got a fabulous selection of curated, exclusive to the box, small business goodies and accoutrements to go with the SAL. So that's the full kit. The full kit, you have your choice of linen, but you get all that stuff, right? Then that's two of the kits is the pink or the straw, right? So kit number 3 is silks only, meaning maybe you don't want to stitch on 36 count linen. And I am with you, sister and brother. If you want to stitch on 40, 46, 18, 14, 16, 2 bits a dollar, stitch on your favorite fabric, perfect. Do it. I love my Ada stitches. I love my Lugana stitchers. I love all the things. And if you have a fabric stash that is to beat the band, you don't need another piece of linen, I hear you too. Perfect. So with that one, you get everything. You get the chart, the silks, the goodies, the notions, the special goods, no fabric. You add your own fabric. So that's kit number 3. Kit number 4 and 5 is more of a budget friendly option because I'll be honest, the big ticket silks. Yeah, I know it's a splurge. It's a splurge. I almost didn't do it, but I had to. First of all, if you've never stitched with Gloriana, I've had Gloriana in my July box, the Keeper Club box, and you guys loved every, I mean, it was just a little tease, a little taste. If it's your splurge, maybe treat yourself. Also, if it's before the holidays, just wrap it up under the tree for you. You won't have it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But option 4 and 5 is fabric only, meaning you're going to get the chart, the goodies, and you get your choice of fabric, either straw or pink. And you add your own floss. And there will be a DMC conversion as close as possible. Beth has put together a DMC conversion. I'm just not kidding it up with DMC. I can't. That's just one area that I was like, everybody can get DMC. You can just pop on over to your local Michael's and grab your 13 colors of DMC and you'll be good to go. Or you could have it in stash. If you're a DMC stitcher, many people already have quite a collection of DMC stashes. There's lots of people that have full libraries, a full master set, so you may not need anything. So maybe that's more your jam, and that's exciting. So then you can go ahead and just grab the option with the fabric. Okay, so those are all the options. I hope one of those options works for you. If it doesn't, please reach out. I definitely don't. I want everybody who wants to participate to be able to participate. I had to, pick and choose which way I was going to go, how I was going to do it. But listen, please reach out. I want every stitcher who wants to participate to be able to participate. So email me down below if for whatever reason. Let's chat. Okay, so let's talk about the timing and the logistics of it all. Like I said, this is a pre-order situation, meaning this is all I have in hand right here. Nothing else is in stock yet. So I'm waiting to order all the things after the deadline. So you can pre-order this kit between now and October 31st. So Halloween night will be the last day you can submit your pre-order for this kit. And then it will close and then it will be gone. Because on November 1st, I will be submitting all my orders to all the people that are participating and going to be in the box and giving final numbers and saying, let's do this. So that way they have what the time they need to make the accoutrement, to make the goodies, to dye the floss, to dye the fabric, to make the kits, to make the charts. I have to make the kits. To make the charts, to do all the things. All these different small businesses have to do all the things in the holiday time frame, right? We're all kind of busy. And then they're going to ship them to me. And then I will spend my December, late December, early January is when all the goodies will come to me. And I will spend a couple weeks putting these pretty birthday boxes together for you and shipping them out. So that is the timeline. So they will be shipped out no later than January 20th of 2026. That allows the post office 10 days to get them to you. Now, if you don't know, I usually try to go early. So, but that is my drop dead day. Drop dead day is January 20th, 2026. The kits will go out by. They could very well go out earlier. It all just depends on when all the goodies come in and how many there are and how long it takes me to kit up the boxes. So if there's only 10 boxes, I could get it kitted up in a day and ship them out. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how many friends want to stitch with me, but I love this chart. I was honored, so like beyond honored that Rebecca and Beth thought of me when they saw the sampler, and they allowed me to adapt it to be more tiger lily friendly, and then work with me to make these silks and let me change the fabrics to pink. I mean, I'm doing all these things. That's because that's how I roll. And I'm just so honored to do it. And I hope, and to curate with the small businesses and the network I have built, it's a vast friendship, vault of friendships in the stitching community. And I'm so excited to be able to go out to them and be like, don't you want to be in my box? Come on. It's going to be fun. And they're excited. So I am so excited. Again, if you have any questions, drop them down below. Don't drop them, email me. I'm not the best at getting back to the YouTube comments. There's just a lot of places I have to be. Right now, I am heavy into the Patreon messages and the chats and because of the quilt along. So it's hard for me to manage comments everywhere. So if you want for sure to get me, email or an Instagram message. I will get both of those quickly. And I'll be able to talk to you. But email is the best, by far the best. My email is down below. That's the best way to get my undivided attention to answer your question or to work with you. But like I said, the drop down or the purchase the kit is available in the drop down below. You have until October 31st to submit your order. There's no rush. You don't have to, they're not going to run out. We're just, because I'm going to order as many as that come in. So right now, many as will go. So that's how we're doing it this time. So that way I didn't have to plan ahead. I wish I had them ready to send out right now. But I just couldn't commit to a number. I have no idea. I have no idea if it's going to be 10 friends or more than 10 friends. Or maybe it's just 2. Maybe it's just me and Shellie. I don't know. And Beth and Rebecca. I don't know. We'll see. Lots and lots of friends. But that's what I've got going on. Okay, last but not least. If you're on the Tiger Lily email list, you might have already got this. They may be sold out by the time this video goes up because the newsletter did go out this morning announcing the SAL. Announced the SAL as well as talked about the Churn Dash quilt along in that newsletter. And it had my favorite apple pie recipe. In case you were looking, and I shared it 2 years ago. It is by far, hands down, I made 2 of them yesterday. I made 2 homemade apple pies. We're having a little family dinner. So I made 2 apple pies because who doesn't love apple pies in the fall? No one doesn't. They're gone. So, and there were only 6 of us. No, and we did not have pie for dinner. There was also dinner. But my favorite hands down apple pie recipe, I will link it down below. It takes you to my blog. It's just a recipe that I kind of like in true fashion. I took 4 different recipes and kind of merged them all together and made this pie recipe. This is my Noah's birthday cake. Whenever it's his birthday, he doesn't want a birthday cake. He wants apple pie. Yeah. Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for my 23-year-old son, in case you were looking for an apple pie recipe. Anyway, but what was also in the newsletter is there are, as of right now, a handful of extra October boxes. The October Keeper Club is out. It went out this week, which is way early. It's full 2+ weeks early going out. They usually go out by the 25th of the month. But I had to get them out of the, I had to get them out of the house because the Advent box, it is almost go time on putting the Advent boxes together. If you know, trying to assemble Advent boxes with 12 different packages and 12 different curated packages of goodies and all the things, and then boxing it up and packaging them, they all have to be wrapped or packaged in some way, so you don't know what they are. 12 days, lots of boxes, one hand, 2 busy. So anyway, the October boxes have gone out early. I'm sure some people have already received it. I haven't seen anybody post on it on social media. They probably don't want to spoil it for anybody else, but there are a handful of extra boxes. Not club right now. We're going to get into the deep dive of what 2026 is going to look like for Tiger Lily and all the things that I do over the next couple of months. There will be changes. I will keep you posted. Right now, I'm just throwing a bunch of balls in the air and I'm going to see which ones I catch. Doesn't that sound fun? No, probably not, but it's going to be great. So anyway, stay tuned, like and subscribe to the video. I hope that you are, I just love every single one of my Tiger Lily family, my Patreons, my members, my comments, my likes, my just chit chat. I love it. If you tag me on Instagram, there were so many people that did the Harvest Moon bags. I keep getting tagged. There's so many spooky Starburst bags that are still being made. I'm still riding the high of that. You guys are awesome. But now we're deep into the Churn Dash quilt along for October. I mean, and November is just, you don't even know what's coming, friends. It's gonna be good. But I would love for you to join the SAL. I would love for you to stick around and join the family. Like I said, like, subscribe, follow me on all the places, Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube. But until next time, friends, happy stitching.